In today's episode of Manabonded, Nate shows off his strategy for winning casual pods.
Technically, it's a insert bracket level that clearly isn't.
Josh details step 7 in his plan to fix America. If that doesn't solve it, I'm going to cry. Zack refuses the modern anime art trends.
No well-endowed anime girls on my watch.
Hello everyone and welcome to Manabonded, the Magic the Gathering advice show that is so happy to see you again after the long holiday break. My name is Josh and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Nate and Zach. Say hey guys.
Hey! I'm so excited you're here. I missed you.
We missed you all. We didn't really have much of a break, but I still missed you guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's true.
Welcome to Manabonded. I'm Zack.
Oh, well, you guys remember all the computer troubles I've been having?
Yeah.
You guys want to hear about more computer troubles I'm having?
More?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's hear about all the computer troubles.
So, last week, I replaced the motherboard and CPU on my computer and got it just barely up and running before we started our recording last week. But I did it.
I remember.
And this was all in an attempt to figure out why my computer just randomly just dies. Just entire thing shuts off and I have to hit the switch on the back to make it do anything again, right? Well,
scary.
Yeah, it was terrifying. So it was fine for a couple days. Then we left to go see family. Wonderful visit, great time, got some cool gifts. Came on back, sat down, tried to play something, and once again, the whole computer crashed. And I was like, well, I thought I had solved this issue. So I felt my graphics card. It was burning hot. So I tore it apart, repasted it, put a new thermal pad on it, and put it back together. And it still crashed. So I installed a program to adjust the fan curve because the fans were basically not running. So adjusted the fan curve. Now the fan is running. So now the graphics card is holding at 60 degrees, which is much more acceptable to me than 85, 90 degrees, right?
And then melting. Yeah.
It's actually doing it. But it still is randomly powering down under load. And I'm just and so I looked into it and yeah, Zach, I think that's it. I think I need a new power supply. I have been running a EVGA 500 watt power supply since I built this system. Back
since
in
the birth
2016. Yeah.
So I've had the same one in my PC as well.
Yeah.
You've never upgraded the power supply as you have gone about upgrading the other things.
No, I've never needed to. In fact, even the CPU upgrade is a lower wattage requirement than my old one because I switched from Intel to AMD, which, by the way, AMD makes better stuff than Intel. Just saying. So join the red team. But yeah, my Ryzen CPU takes up way less power than my Intel one. So I'm like, I don't really think I need a bigger one, but I'm pretty sure my power supply is dying. I went looking. I can get a 750 watt one off of Amazon for $50 now. So I'm like, I think we'll just go for that. It'll be a nice big bump in power. And if that doesn't solve it, I'm going to cry. I don't know what else I'm going to do with this thing. I have replaced the CPU, the motherboard, the graphics card I've changed out, still happening. The RAM, it better be fine because I can't afford more RAM right now. Nobody can.
Oh, RAM is stuck.
In this economy?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I already sold a kidney, man. I can't sell another one just for a stick of RAM. And then, I don't know, I think my hard drives are fine, but they're in some terrible configuration anyway that I need to fix eventually. I just don't know how. I've got 2 hard drives and an SSD. All 3 of them are technically bootable, and all of them have way too much junk on them. And so I'm trying to figure out how to clean up them enough to I can actually start booting off the SSD like I should. But I don't know.
True.
I need a new hard drive anyway.
Yeah. What an experience,
Yeah, it's been one heck one problem after another with this thing, and my wife and I were talking about it this morning, and she's like, "You know about the ship of Theseus, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm well aware that my PC has gone beyond where the ship of Theseus argument can go." This thing is, it's
You gotta
something.
slide a magic card into the thermal paste. Make sure that all of your fun, joyous activities combined into.
Grind up an island and maybe call that water cooling.
It'll cool it down. Water cooling.
Make sure it's shiny though.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be foil. No, hopefully I'll order the new power supply in a couple days here. I'm just gonna try to keep my PC not doing anything too crazy. Because the more times it's going to randomly die, the higher the risk I have of it shorting something out on its way out. So,
yep.
Right.
And if I break more things, I'm just screwed. So, yeah, let's hope this lasts.
Fun
because
time.
I don't have money in if it doesn't.
Fingers crossed.
Right.
But how are you guys doing?
Better than that.
Yeah.
The bar is low.
I actually have a backup PC that I think I've mentioned before, where I bought my brother decided to build a new PC, and his go-to when he builds a new PC is like, "Hey, do you want my old PC?" And so I buy it off of him for a steeply discounted price, since it's got wear and tear. And this time it was hotel fare for when we went to Nexus. And
hotel fare for a PC.
I'm sitting on the opposite end of you with a backup PC that I can plug in and start using whenever, basically.
Gee, Bill, your mom lets you have 2 computers?
I know, that must be so nice. But I've got a little Stream Deck now that I can mess around with.
If it doesn't crash your computer.
I got the backup PC that I need to set up at some point. Zach and I were actually talking about before the episode started. Yeah.
I got this little Stream Deck for Christmas too, and now I can push little buttons to open up my recording software, editing software, and I've got a little button to check our socials too. If I push this button, boom, now my Twitter opens.
Heck yeah. You could streamline it and put our brand new fancy link tree on there.
Honestly,
hit a button and get to a thing for all our stuff.
That would probably be good.
One button to rule them all.
Yeah, because I spent a little bit of time this last Sunday setting up the link tree.
Yeah, I saw that. And we'll put that link tree at the episode description now, so everybody can check out our link tree and go to all of our links in a single location. And when we get our personal accounts set up, we will also put them there.
Right. I think I've got my TikTok for set up for the show, and got it linked in there because I'm about to do a fun challenge at the start of the year. Talk about now or talk about later.
Is our TikTok unbanned now, or
no?
That was his TikTok.
That's mine.
Okay. If Daniel broke the terms and conditions of TikTok,
I broke the terms and conditions somehow. I guess that is kind of funny. So I initially went to set up an account under Manabonded and then -Nate just for mine because I want to do a challenge thing. I went in and I started following a bunch of profiles for magic creators because that's what it's for.
Oh, and it flagged you as a bot.
Related stuff. It flagged me as a bot because I didn't have a profile picture or a bio.
Right.
And so it immediately banned me.
Okay.
So I made another one, and it's up there. So if you really want to find me on TikTok, I am under Manabonded-Nate, and I mostly created it because at the start of the year I'm going to do the 32 deck challenge thing for Commander. I don't know if it's a challenge or a build where you build
It's a challenge now.
It's a challenge now. Our buddy Tristan called it the Prismatic Challenge, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere else, but I like that. So I'm going to be making, doing the Prismatic Challenge and making a Commander deck for every single color, starting on Christmas or New Year's Eve. I'm going to do colorless because colorless kind of doesn't count, even though it's one of the options. And then I'll do 30 and 30. So the main 30 over the first 30 days of 2026. And then I will do the 5 color on the 31st to round it all out.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and post the video every day on TikTok with a little bit about the deck I chose and why I chose that. I did put a link to Architect on the link tree. So if you want to see progress as it goes, I will be updating those decks with the deck lists as I go. Some of the commanders might change since I learned I wasn't paying a lot of attention. I learned Llanowar Clips was coming out partway through the challenge, so I might change a few of those to include some stuff from there.
The newer commander cards, yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Are you guys ready for some questions?
I was born ready for questions.
All right. So, first question we've got is from my wife.
Your wife.
So, she wants to know, in our opinion, in the last 5 years, what set has been the most balanced for Commander players? Talking across, like, the high value cards, money-wise, some underrated cards that have been part of the set, cards worth a good penny if you can get them. You know, what in your opinion has been the most balanced for Commander players? And we went ahead and we pulled up a list of all the sets since 2020, and we kind of were scrolling through them and just kind of collecting our thoughts about what we think of each of these sets. The first set of 2020 is actually one that is near and dear to my heart, the Theros Beyond Death. I love that set because I love Theros. I think it's a great set. However, I don't think I can put it in the running for the most balanced set for Commander for a couple of reasons. First of all, the set really only has like 1 or 2 expensive cards nowadays. A lot of its good stuff was actually kind of banned across a couple different formats. Not Commander, but was not very well received. And so not a lot of the set is worth much money. I think probably the most expensive card is like Shadow Spear now. Let me check, actually.
That sounds right. That sounds about right.
And I'm pretty sure it's north of 20 now.
So Shadow Spear, borderless and non-borderless. Oh, yeah, borderless is like $40.
Boy.
Oh yeah, the normal Shadow Spear is up to $40. Nyx Bloom Ancient is below that. Thassa is like 25. All right. Anyway, yeah, Theros Beyond Death has a lot of like neat cards, but as far as like commander impactful cards, it's only got a couple, and its most notable cards are Thassa's Oracle and Underworld Breach, both of which completely reinvented competitive Commander. Like, Thassa's Oracle and the Underworld Breach are the number 1 and 2 win conditions in CEDH. Depending on who you ask, you know, you can kind of switch which is 1 and which is 2. But yeah, they're the top 2 ways to win. I don't think Theros Beyond Death gets it, but it is one that I absolutely love. What of these sets, what do you guys want to chat about as being put in contention for this?
I feel like not including like commander specific sets, like Commander Masters is obviously one that's pretty good for commander because it's all commander cards or like commander staple. So I don't really include those into here. I'm thinking just like more line sets. I think Wilds of Eldraine had a lot of really good reprints in its bonus sheet for commander.
Oh, specifically the bonus sheet.
Yeah. Doubling Season, I believe, was in there.
Yeah,
they just had a ton of really good
Rhystic Study
commander cards. Yeah, Rhystic Study, Intruder Alarm,
Necropotence.
Yep. I feel like in general the bonus sheet had a ton of really good cards, and then the main set itself also had like Agatha Soul Cauldron, the mono white Praetorhoof Behemoth.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that had Agatha, which could be a pretty solid build around.
And the Kindly Lord was a really cool commander that round with a different way of doing burn.
Yeah, Italian.
So I think that was a pretty good set for in general, and I think a lot of the value's still there, like mostly because of the bonus sheet, but like Agatha Soul Cauldron, phenomenal card. I think just in general it was a good set.
Yeah, I think the Enchanting Tales is doing a lot of heavy lifting though with this set. Like Enchanting Tales, sort of this bonus sheet here that had a lot of really strong enchantments. I mean, all of these are great enchantments, but the set didn't really have too much beyond, like, Agatha Soul Cauldron, Beseech the Mirror, Moonshaker Cavalry. The Virtues are a good cycle, I will give it that.
True.
And I think
most, like, standard sets kind of feel that way, though, like the bonus sheets are the main money. of the set.
Yeah, that is true.
I guess depending, because Dragons of Tarkir, that one was pretty solid just for general
Did they have a bonus sheet?
flavor. They did not have a bonus sheet. That's part of the reason why I brought them up, is because they're one of the few sets that hasn't had a bonus sheet, and they're pretty solid. Also, Duskmourn had a lot of really cool stuff with the
True. The
specifically
glimmers.
the glimmer guys. Yeah, the
Enduring
enduring line.
Vitality, curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah. Specifically the blue, blue, green, red ones, I think, are probably the best. The white and black are decent, but they're a little bit more built around than the
I really
other
like
three.
the white one, but yeah.
Oh, I love the white one. I play it in Bumbleflower and a couple other places. Put it in Alicia, but for me, if we're going by like just sets in general, I personally have a fond spot for Ravnica Remastered, but that's not necessarily because of what got reprinted into it. That's because when the set was coming out, I would buy collector packs, and my thing was, okay, when I stop getting 2 shock lands in a collector pack, I'll stop buying them.
It probably
It took
took
a
a
while.
while. Yeah.
It took a while, and then I stopped, and I'm like, I went to the shop on Tuesday, and I'm like, well, they still have some. I'll buy one for fun, and then got another 2 Shockland pack. But in all honesty, it may sound kind of cheesy, but I think Foundations is probably the best, like most balanced set for the stuff, and I feel like you have to include the starter stuff in there to really give it that name of probably the best, most rounded thing. Because if you have the starter collection, that's like another 200 cards to the set. Like, Foundation's got some wild stuff in it.
Yeah, it does. I'm looking at it now.
Insane.
It had, a lot of these like, what did they call them? This special foiling, fractured foil version of cards, which did go over very well.
Yeah.
But it just also gave us a lot of really strong cards and reprints of like, the original Galta. Twin Flame Tyrant is a card that I really like, a dragon that doubles damage. Bloodthirsty Conqueror is a creature version of one of the strongest
Doubling
enchantments.
Season.
Doubling Season was in there. Progenitus was in there, if you're all about that. Like, there's some good stuff in this set. Classic Llanowar Elves.
They gave us the new flash creature with High Fate Trickster.
Card is so good.
Yeah, High Fate Trickster's pretty good.
It just has so many solid things.
Mossborn Hydra.
We got a reprint of Authority of the Council.
Yeah. Oh man, the Niv Mizzet from that set. The Niv Mizzet from that set was nuts. If you deal non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. Let me just lightning bolt your face and draw 3 cards on top of it. Combine 2 of the strongest cards in the game into 1. Why not? That sounds cool.
Right. Oh man. Also, the thing with Foundations is it had a starter thing. I don't remember if it was like a collection starter or something like that.
Right.
I don't remember the exact name of it. But it had a bunch of other cards in there that weren't part of the main set, so you can't open them in the normal packs.
Right.
But they do count for Foundations. So for standard purposes, that makes some weird things happen, like Wishclaw Talisman is now in standard. And not only is it in standard, but it'll be in standard for 5 years from when Foundations came out.
Yeah, a much longer standard life than other standard sets.
But I think Foundations is the most balanced because it's got so many different things in the main set and the extra stuff that comes along with it. If you want to rust off into the Foundations Jumpstart, there's a lot of really solid commanders there. Those kind of feel like different sets, though.
Yeah.
So mostly just focusing on the main Foundations release. There's a lot of great build-arounds. It gives you a solid base for a collection if you're trying to start.
Yeah. And it's also just got some really good, staple pieces for your collection. Felidar Retreat, a really great landfall enchantment. Swiftfoot Boots, a classic equipment. Impact Tremors, a great early game enchantment for token decks. Just some good stuff. Can I say, though, one of my underrated cards from this set that I'm surprised more people aren't using is Spinner of Souls.
Yes.
It's a 3-mana 4/3 reach, 2 and a green. It's a spider spirit creature.
Spider!
Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that one into your hand, and then the rest of the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in any order. I really think this is an underplayed card. Like, it is a very strong effect for what it can do, and it can just constantly, like, everything that dies is going to get replaced with something else. In a deck that cares about, sacrificing creatures in green or even reanimating them, this feels like a great card, and it's really not that expensive. On its cheapest printing, you're looking at under $1. At its fanciest printing, if you really want to go crazy, it's 20.
I think that's like also for the like special.
Yeah, it's
like,
the mana
foil
version
of it.
Yeah, they call it the mana foil for these ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mana foil version, their most fancy version, is only $20. So
yeah,
it's a really good card. I don't know. I'm starting to lean towards Foundations as being the winner for this question.
Yeah. Well, also, like High Society Hunter is another one. It's 3 and 2 black for a 5/3 vampire noble with flying. And then whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And then it has the key line to it that I think a lot of people are missing is whenever another non-token creature dies, draw a card.
Ooh.
That's not just your creatures. That's any creature.
Just any creature,
yeah. No, that is really good.
We almost had it kill us in Two-Headed Giant when we were doing it for pre-release, but I've sat here and I'm like, man, I need to find some more spots for this card. Not the greatest cost-wise, but if you're playing at a 2 or a 3, I feel like you could find a spot for your deck.
Yeah.
And you get some underplayed board wipes like Fumigate in here.
Oh yeah, Fumigate's great. Especially if you have a bunch of Commander players who like to play tokens around you. Just gain some life for it, man.
Lunar Insight is another one that is just solid card draw if you like building up a board state.
Oh, Blasphemous Edict. Really good card. 1 mana, 5 mana, you can pay 1 mana for this rather than the full cost if there are 13 or more creatures on the field, and each player sacrifices 13 creatures of their choice. And that's so good, because that's a 1 mana board wipe that'll get around a lot of indestructible and like hexproof and shroud effects.
Not so good against those token players we were just talking about, but
yeah, but there's other board wipes that you can
really
use
good
instead.
Most of the time.
Yeah,
most of the time it will be absolutely phenomenal for you.
Yeah, also just like good like beginner commanders for people, right? Alicia, who laughs at fate, is such a cool like simple black red reanimator tech. She's a 3 mana 2/2 first strike, 1 a black and a red. Whenever she attacks, put a 1/1 counter on her. At the beginning of your end step, if you've attacked, return a creature card with mana value less than or equal to her power from the graveyard to the battlefield. So, discard some cards, put some creatures in the graveyard, attack, make her bigger, and then start reanimating things with every swing, Coma, World Eater, the much more balanced version of Coma, but still very good commander.
Yep, like that. There's just so many solid options for not too complicated commanders. Then you got All-Star that got reprinted in the set, Muldrotha.
Oh, yeah.
With its own super cool alt art, and then Fractured Foil if you want to go super crazy with it.
Yeah, Muldrotha is such a classically great commander.
Yep, so great that it's kill on sight.
Yeah, absolutely. If somebody else is playing Muldrotha, just kill it. The ability to just play any multiple permanents from your graveyard every turn is too good to ignore.
There's too many kill on sight commanders now, though.
Yeah, that is a big
issue. I guess we should probably talk about what Muldrotha does if we're going to talk about her so much.
Yeah.
I don't have her pulled up. You wanna read what she does?
Yeah, Muldrotha is 6 mana, 3 a black, a green, and a blue. A legendary creature elemental avatar. During each of your turns, you may play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from your graveyard. So, if you have a graveyard full of artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and lands, you can play a land, then cast a creature, then cast an artifact, then cast an enchantment, then cast a planeswalker. It's just...
Then cast a battle.
Cast a battle now. Nothing ever stays in your graveyard. If they kill something, just play it back.
All right. One of the great parts about it with Theros and then stuff like Mirrodin, you get to choose what they count for. So if you want to cast an enchantment creature, you say, I'm casting my enchantment. And you cast that enchantment creature as the enchantment spell for the turn.
Yep.
Then you cast a normal creature. Then you cast an artifact creature. And you get 3 creatures out in 1 turn. using Muldrotha.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, Muldrotha is kind of busted.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a teensy bit.
All right, well, I think just looking through the other sets, I don't think I see one that I feel like would fit this criteria better than Foundations. Like, I really think Foundations is kind of like...
Foundations feels like a
feels
great
like it's it,
option.
you know? Yeah, it's a solid beginner option for any player. It's also got a bunch of great commander decks that were super simple and cheap.
Heir apparent. That was in Foundations.
I know, so that's permanently a standard legal thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, I hope that answered your question, honey. Foundations, I think, is probably the most balanced set we've gotten. Not a lot of crazy expensive stuff, but a lot of great stuff to add to any commander deck.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question comes from a friend of mine over in the Utah CEDH Discord. He wanted to know, how do you convert your normal commander friends into competitive commander? Username 1cookie left in the Utah CEDH Discord.
1 cookie left.
Zack, if you had to take somebody who has played Commander for, let's say, 3 to 4 years, is enjoying the format, and you want to make them a CEDH player, what do you do?
Stuff. Proxies. Very nice. Makes it very affordable to play.
Okay.
They have to spend $800 on a guy's cradle when you could just print one.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Absolutely one of the biggest things, I think. You can just print off your entire deck and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, and most CEDH tournaments are perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Which is
while playing against you, not your wallet.
Very helpful, yeah.
Continue on.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't you guys try to do this with one of our friends?
Yeah, we did.
More your friend than mine.
Yeah, we tried. He's tricky to get hooked into anything. He kind of goes through a cycle of 3 different games when he has time to play, because he's a teacher too, so, doesn't have a lot of spare time. But he'll kind of just play Rust, and then he'll play Rainbow Six Siege, and then he'll play RuneScape, and then he'll just kind of rotate those 3. So getting him into anything new is a little tough. But we did try to get him into CEDH. I think...
Gotta get him into Magic first.
Well, he's played Magic. He was actually the guy that I first started playing Magic with, but he left after a while because he just didn't want to keep playing, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we kind of did was he had a card that he had bought the SpongeBob Secret Lair, actually, because he's a huge SpongeBob fan. And we were trying to tell him, like, oh, you can totally find a competitive commander list for that Joda that you have now. And he's like, wait, really? And I'm like, yeah, we could totally find you one. CEDH is way cool. And so we started trying to convince him and showing him lists. And so I feel like that's a good first step. If you're trying to get somebody into competitive commander, showing them a good commander that you think they would enjoy and showing them kind of what it can do. If you've got somebody in your life who loves to play a lot of spells, who's a Storm player like me, maybe you show them a Realm Monsoon Mage list, maybe you show them a Flubs the Fool list, just something, one of the current CEDH Storm lists, so that they can try it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like Zack said, proxy the list. Let them know that, hey, this is a format where it is very much okay to Sharpie over some basic lands while you're figuring out if that's the deck you want to build. If you're playing with Sharpied cards or printed proxies, totally okay until you decide what you want to do.
Well, also, a lot of times it's totally okay just to play like that.
Yeah.
For CEDH in particular.
There are some tournaments I've been, I did check because I am working on a Gaia's Cradle proxy that my sister is making me. But I was told that I could not use that proxied Gaia's Cradle in tournaments here in Utah because their tournament proxy rule is that it must use the Wizards' official artwork. It cannot use alternate artworks.
One of the official artwork.
Yeah, one of them, right. And so you can't just use random proxied art it does have to keep the original art. But the frame, I guess, can be different, but the art must be the same.
I think that's an okay.
No well-endowed anime girls on my watch.
Yeah, no, nobody with too large of a personality, right?
Yeah. I feel like that's a good way to word it, so that way you can do that where you don't have to worry about people showing up with offensive proxies for the event we're at.
Yep.
And also just make sure that everybody playing understands what the card is, what it does, or like first glance, like you can see what it is.
Right.
It's not like, oh, it's some special art of like, is that a soul ring? No, it doesn't really look like a soul ring.
Yeah. It is a helpful rule to just avoid that confusion, because a lot of CEDH is played over webcam, right? So it's very helpful to take a quick glance at your webcam and say like, oh, I know that artwork. That's a one ring, so I know what they've got.
Yeah, but in like casual CEDH, where you're just playing with your buddies, do whatever you want.
Oh yeah,
as long as everyone understands.
My rule is, if I can tell what card it is and you can tell me what card it is, we're fine.
Right. Yep. And I think
tournament setting makes sense to have the official art.
Yes.
Right. I do think that for getting a new person from Commander into CEDH, it depends on how comfortable they are with the game, on what commanders you're going to want to go for with them, because I feel like a newer person to Commander could jump into CEDH and play something like Winota. They probably wouldn't necessarily want to jump into CEDH and play some of the more in-depth things like Tayam or even
Ral.
like Ral or Najila,
or
even something like Vivi. There's options for playing a more straightforward and like more, this is what I'm going to do pretty much every game commander. Yeah. I feel like Kennen is also one that's kind of like in between stage.
The best I can.
Kennen's going to try and do his own thing, but also he can have some of that reach in CEDH a little bit more than something like Winota.
Yeah. So I feel like Winota's all in on the, I'm going to do the Winota game plan, and if I get stopped, I get stopped. Like, you just have to understand that's going to happen, but like, you're only really focused on your own thing because you're in white-red. You don't have that much interaction. You have a bit, but not like compared to like a blue deck. Whereas like Kennen kind of adds in blue, where like you have a little bit more of agency of like, I could counterspell these things and kind of interact with the game. But you're still kind of trying to do your own thing of like, I'm going to spit out mana, do whatever I want to do.
Yeah. So pick them a commander that you think that they'll enjoy, and then give them an environment where they can play CEDH and learn the ropes, because it does play a little differently than normal Commander, and by a little differently, you adhere to the rules a lot better, right? You're going to focus more on who has priority at certain points. You're going to make sure that things resolve before moving on. You're going to give your opponents more chances to respond to your spells than maybe you normally would in a typical game of Commander, right? In a typical game of Commander, I might have a great start where I can go, turn one, I'm going to land, I'm going to cast Soul Ring, I also have an Arcane Signet, and then I'll pass. In CEDH, you might want to stop and say, okay, I have a land, I'm going to tap, I'm going to cast a Soul Ring. Does that resolve? Because people might want to stop a turn one Soul Ring, depending on what deck you are, right? So you'll have to stop, you'll have to say, yep, mental misstepped, okay, my Soul Ring does not resolve, so I will just pass the turn. There's also a different kind of politics in CEDH, right? Sometimes you're offering to show cards from your hand or promise to not get win conditions when tutoring, right? There's different, it's a different game, really. And having that safe space with friends where, all four of you can sit down and show them the ropes and show them exactly what can happen in a game of CEDH is a great way for them to feel a lot more comfortable with it.
Yeah, I think like explaining decks win cons of like what, like the deck you're playing, what are you trying to do? What am I trying to get to? Like if I'm playing Rogsai, I'm going to like tell the new player like this deck's trying to win quick, trying to get an early like ad nauseum or an early necropotence and then win on top of everyone else. Just kind of explaining like what each deck kind of wants to do or how it's going to try to win. And then saying like, especially in more of a casual game, I think letting them know like this is a card that could possibly win the game. Like you should probably try to stop it.
Yeah, be honest.
A lot of times, specific colors have the ways that they're going to win in those colors. Like if it's a Grixis deck, it's pretty easy to assume they're going to be running Breach, LED, and Brain Freeze. And then Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation. Like those are the two main win cons you're going to be looking out for, unless it's a weird commander specific. But typically in those colors, that's what you're going to expect.
Yeah.
So just telling them those specific win cons for those colors and what to kind of look out for is a big first step into what you're trying to do. But the biggest thing is learning your own deck or what deck you want to learn how to play. Because knowing your combos is more important than knowing other people's combos.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, be honest with them. Be upfront with them in those early games, right? Let them know, hey, I'm going to cast, this Culling the week by sacrificing my Rogsai. So I'm going to get 4 black mana, and I'm going to let you know my plan is to use this mana to cast Ad Nauseam to draw a bunch of cards, or to cast a Necropotence to be able to get a bunch of cards, right? So if you have a counter spell that can only hit this, I would hit it, right? And be honest, be upfront, let them know when there are good targets and bad targets, and they'll appreciate it. And if they're a person who's played Commander, they'll get the gist of it after a while. They'll start to understand, and they'll start to get the feel for it. But I think my biggest selling point when I try to tell people why they should play CEDH is I tell them CEDH is just Commander with Commander's greatest problem solved from turn 0, and that is power level. Because Commander, the power level problem of Commander is the biggest problem that the format has. It's why we have the bracket systems now. It's why we have a ban list. It's why we have the game changer list. It's why we have all of these systems in place so that you can communicate what your deck is doing and how powerful you expect it to be. CEDH doesn't have that, because we're all walking into the game, we're all sitting down at the table saying, I am going to play the best I have, and I am going to play the best I can. And all of your opponents will say,
I expect you to do the same.
Yeah. And all of your opponents are going to do that. And granted, if you're with friends, you're probably still going to screw around and be stupid. But, generally, you're still in the agreement about playing the biggest stuff, playing the best stuff, playing at the top of your game. You don't necessarily get that in a casual game of Commander. But in a game of CEDH, that's what you're walking in to do.
In CDH, there's definitely I've had moments where it's I don't really get why you countered that, but there's always at least some kind of justification for why. I don't feel bad when someone's oh, sorry, you can't have a Smothering Tide. Makes sense. Yeah, I shouldn't have a Smothering Tide. Thank you. I'm mad about it, but I expected it. It's always a justifiable reason for an action, typically, compared to casual EDH, where it's well, I just didn't like how he won last game, so I'm countering this because I can. And compared to CDH, where it's I can argue why you shouldn't counter this. Somebody else might try to win, and that counterspell will save us.
Yeah, and there's still idiots in CEDH. That's not going to go away. But yeah, on average, you're going to have better. You're going to have better reasonings, hopefully, and you're going to have more logical plays on average than you would in a casual game.
Yeah. Or at least
that's at least the hope.
You'll be thinking about it more. Why am I trying to stop this?
Right.
Am I countering it just because I can and I have a counter? Or is it genuinely this shouldn't happen, or I don't want this to resolve? And this is why.
Yeah. And I mean, as you get them to play more in that casual environment, they'll learn pretty quick about some things that they should be wary of. Because I am very rarely going to let an ad-nos resolve if I can help it.
Right. Have I ever told you guys I had a guy at a casual pod I sat down to who tried to resolve an ad-nos in our casual pod and was trying to play it off as not a big deal. And I was just what do you mean it's not a big deal? That's an ad nauseum. It was almost secondhand, impulse. He cast Ad Nauseam, and I was also playing a fairly strong deck, but the other two guys weren't, so I was trying to play police because I was worried about him. He plays Ad Nauseam, and I instinctively throw out my Force of Negation and just go, no. I'm just no, that's not happening. And he's what are you talking about? It's just I'm just drawing a couple cards. And I'm no, you're not. don't pretend like I'm an idiot. I know what ad nauseum does. You are not just drawing a couple of cards. He then proceeded to next turn play his commander, which was the Ghostbusters version of Yargle and Multani, which I think was meant to like make us think that he didn't have a strong deck. He played it in one turn, gave it haste, and berserked it to try to knock somebody out on like turn 4. And I was like, holy crap. I like Swords to Plowshares it. And I'm like, no, this isn't happening.
You just gotta play police there.
I did, again, because Casual Commander, power level can be obfuscated and lied about. Like, you can't do that in CEDH.
So easily, too. It's not even funny how easy it is to be like, oh, my bracket 1 deck. But it's got this wonky combo that wins me the game.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've just got this cute dwarf kindred deck. Who's your commander? Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a little thing called Magda. Don't worry about it. It's just dwarves. It's like, no, that's not.
Portal to Phyrexia would like to know your location.
Exactly.
My biggest pet peeve now in Magic is technically it's a insert bracket level that
I hate that.
Isn't.
I hate that.
Technically, it's a bracket too. No game changers.
We have a couple people that come to Pro Soul, or not Pro Souls, but Phoenix Fire who love the it's technically.
Yeah, and these are the people who no matter what would never classify their deck as anything above a 7 in the old system, right? Like, oh, my deck's a 7.
Yeah,
it'll win on turn 4, but it's a 7. It's like,
it's a 7.
Even under the old rules, that wasn't a 7. And yeah, it's like, by the definition of game changers in the deck list, yes, it's a bracket 2, right? Or it's a bracket 3. But the brackets are not about the amount of game changers in them. They are about what turn do you expect to win on, how many game changers are you playing, and how fast is your game plan.
Yeah.
Ugh. So many problems.
We had a player try to say that Yuriko the Tiger Shadow, he had a bracket 2 version of it, and I'm like, it's Yuriko. Are you playing it with no ninjas? It's not a bracket.
Yeah, you playing not like a bracket changelings 2. Only, or what? Like...
Yeah, it's minimum bracket 3, unless you refuse to run anything but basic lands, and then I might call it a bracket 2.
Yeah, I'm like, you're playing ninjas, even if you're doing janky spells. Okay, it's a bracket 3. Like Yuriko is just so strong in the command zone.
Just one of those cards. Yeah, like you cannot build a bad Winota deck. Like Winota's either going to do the Winota.
Is that a challenge?
I mean, I can have all humans.
I can absolutely build a bad Winota deck.
I have Winota.
I don't even have a Winota.
I have a Winota in my Stranger Things smash up decks, and the last time I got her out, people were like, oh no, and I'm like, nobody's able to kill her, so I just start using her, and I whiffed like 90% of the time on the triggers because I just kept finding either nothing or non-humans, and I'm like, I thought this would be better, but it's not working here.
Right.
So
variance will get you.
It will.
I love that about CDH of like everything. You know what to expect. That everyone's trying their best to win. There's no
absolutely.
Yeah, it's so nice.
For lack of better terms, it's just nice.
It's so nice.
Plus, it's fun playing with the powerful cards and having fast starts, and you're like, oh, I have 7 mana turn 1 or turn 2. Like,
how many other Magic formats do you, without regards for price of cards, get to play crazy things? You know, Gaia's Cradles and Lion's Eye Diamonds and all these crazy powerful stuff.
That there is no other.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if they unbanned the like Power 9 and Commander, like CDH would find a home for them instantly. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean,
the fact that it's proxy friendly.
Yeah,
literally.
You're gonna run the Moxen. Every deck has a Black Lotus, and every deck probably has, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all that stuff.
I mean, there's already decks running Time Twister, and that's like a $3,000 card. But because you can proxy it, it's a lot better to play with when you're like, oh, well, that's like less than a quarter to print off. So
exactly. Okay, well, I hope that answered your question. So we are going to move on to the next one, which is what would we like to see in a Universes Beyond set in the future? Nate, I think this was your question, so do you want to talk about this one real quick?
Yeah, this will be no surprise to anybody who has listened to the podcast for any amount of time, but I want Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere in Magic. He is a massive Magic Gathering fan.
I can see it.
He's had Mark Rosewater at his evil lair, which is just basically his like office. He just said if he ever got rich and famous, he'd want to build an evil lair. So he built a office that he calls his evil lair and has a really nice theater in it. But he's had Mark Rosewater out to Utah to talk to him and do stuff. So I think it might be a sooner rather than later kind of thing.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
Just see like a secret lair.
Yeah, even a secret lair, right? You do
even a secret lair.
You do a
Mistborn one.
Yep.
A Stormlight one.
Yep.
You could do a secret lair for a bunch of different books. I would love to see a full set for Mistborn or for the Stormlight Archive. Stormlight Archive in particular is what I want to see because he does such a great job with that one. And it feels like it could really fit in a Magic setting because it's a fantasy series in a sci-fi setting. And think kind of like Mirrodin vibes, but more of like an ocean feel to it, where you're in this world where there's not really a concept of dirt because every couple weeks or so, a hurricane wall crashes across the land and takes anything that's not stuck to the ground with it. It'll throw boulders, it'll throw trees, it'll throw all these other things. And so all the life around has evolved to do that. So all life will grow up in cracks in the rocks. It'll grow up behind big old mountain boulder things, so it can be shielded from the wind. Houses are built with their roofs slanted stormward, so that way when the storm hits, it kind of bounces off the roof. And we've seen it with Mirrodin. Yeah, we've seen it with Mirrodin, where we have a crazy setting. It's also a fantasy book series, which I feel like fits better with Magic than some of the other options we have for Universe Beyond.
Yeah,
that's my number one.
It. I like it.
Yeah, if I had a number 2, Red Rising would also be pretty fantastic. I'd like to see that as more of like a commander deck set or a number of secret layers than a full-on set.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Zach, what's your pick for a Universes Beyond, either a secret lair or a full set?
I think I would really like to see. I feel like it's kind of inevitable, but like Star Wars, I think would be a really easy cash grab for Wizards.
That's true.
I mean, they're already doing Star Trek, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did like a bonus sheet for Star Wars or something like that. Just I don't know if they have the rights to Star Wars or can get them, but
yeah, Star Wars rights might be issue because they've got their own card game right now. So
yeah, so that's why I'm like maybe it's like a bonus sheet or like a reskin of cards, something like that.
It didn't stop Final Fantasy or Marvel from going in, and they already have Marvel, which is under Disney umbrella. So
very true. They
got at least a toe in the door.
Yeah,
kind of like the Nickelodeon thing where it's like Avatar into or SpongeBob into Avatar into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
I think another one that I'd like to see is like The Legend of Zelda. I feel like is a pretty easy shoe-in for like a
that would be solid.
I think there's so many things they could do, like either mechanically unique or just reskins. I think both would be fantastic and sell out in a heartbeat. I think those would probably be my two big ones.
Yeah, I would love to see a Legend of Zelda one. I don't know. I think since we all kind of have this like almost sci-fi-ish one, I think Destiny has enough of a world and enough of a history and lore behind it that it could at least support a secret lair, right? I think it's got, when you look into the depth of it all, it is really such an interesting world with a lot going on, and I would love to see, some characters from Destiny put into there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess something that my sister worked on, but I would love to see an official version of, is I would love to see, and I know these aren't the most popular secret lairs, but I would love to see a set of basic lands done in Minecraft style, do some basic lands, or maybe just do like shock lands or fetch lands in that style. I think it would look really good, and I
can easily see like a Minecraft secret lair,
right?
Yeah, like it feels very much in line of how they're doing secret lairs right now. So I can easily see that.
I would love to see that, and it's a little bit more likely as Destiny feels more and more like it's on its last legs and is really trying to just push forward.
Yeah.
I love the game, but yeah, it's struggling. But Minecraft has been like a classic and a mainstay
I mean, yeah, it's
of the internet for a
easily
long time.
recognizable.
Yeah, absolutely. And they even technically have one Minecraft card in the game. Back in
That is true.
Core Set 2014, they allowed different video game designers to design cards, and there was a couple of them. What's one of their other ones'
Aggressive
names?
mining.
So Aggressive Mining was the one that was designed by Marcus Persson, also known as Notch. And the artwork is sort of a callback to Minecraft, right? The blocky quarry looking thing. It lets you sacrifice lands to draw cards. But there's other ones that were
Genesis Hydra.
Genesis Hydra was the other one that I wanted to think of.
Guy.
Yeah, Plants vs Zombie Guy made that one. I'm trying to look now.
Don't remember the other ones. I know there was some more.
Or is it Magic 2015? Shoot.
Good question. Let's
take a look.
There was a nod
to like the diamond pickaxe in the Lost Cavern of Ixalan.
Yes, it was. It was Magic 2015. Sorry, not Magic 2014. But yes,
tisk.
They had a series of cards. A couple of them were all designed by different creators within the video gaming and other gaming space. One of them was designed by one of the designers at Blizzard, I believe. And Waste Not, a very famous discard card, was designed by the Magic community before this. So yeah, it was a really kind of a neat set where they let more people do more designs.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet. All right, I got a question then.
Okay.
Where do you draw the line for Universes Beyond?
Real life.
I feel like the Office secret lair was a little bit too there for me.
Too much. Yep, I hated it.
Indeed.
I don't want even like a stylized version. I'm not a fan of just seeing real life locations or actual people or actors on cards. You know, I think the Stranger Things secret lair was a little too far. Even I think the Office was way too far. I'm trying to think. Oh,
you were not really not a fan of the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I am still very much against The Walking Dead. I don't think it's. I'm gonna get flack for this. I don't think it's that good of a show, and so I don't understand why it became so popular or why it needed a full secret lair.
You might have had people fight you over that in the early seasons, but now
back in the day, now people are.
Yeah,
you're right. It is bad.
Yeah,
no, I agree with you.
What about like Doctor Who? That's like real life-ish kind of
Doctor
thing,
Who,
but it was well done.
It was, the designs were neat. I think looking back at it though, they were not good decks, you know? Mm-hmm. A lot of them had a lot of weirdness going on that just didn't mesh well. Like the green, white, blue deck just had no theme to it at all.
It had a weird tokeny theme that didn't really work.
Yeah, and like
historic stuff.
Yeah, the Davros deck is one that I have enjoyed, and I still do. Well, I don't have him put together now, but I will put him together soon because I love him and I want to remake it. But there's just, I didn't really like the Doctor Who set overall. I thought it was neat. I thought there were some cool callbacks to famous episodes and moments, but overall, it really wasn't it for me, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think for me personally, I like the Doctor Who set because it was a commander set.
Yeah.
I liked Fallout because it was a commander set. I liked Warhammer because it was a commander set. If you're just printing 4 commander decks and then you sell collector packs for different variants of cards, I could care less on what we do. Yeah. But when you make it a standard legal set, which makes it modern and legacy,
pushes into everything else.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing Fortnite. I mean, there's a little bit of bleed over to legacy and stuff with the commander cards. Specifically, Warhammer had one that jumped into legacy for a bit.
Yeah,
might have had
Sticker Goblin, but that was still like in the universes kind of thing.
Yeah. But with those sets, they did not bug me because they were commander legal cards, and they
and
were.
For the people that like those IPs, it draws them in. Like Fallout, there's a ton of people that came in because of those decks, and they're like, "Oh, I love Fallout. It'd be cool to play in Magic."
Yeah,
and even down to
like that's what Commander's for.
I would have had no issues with Spider-Man if they came out with 4 Commander decks that came out at that time, and one of them was a villains deck, one of them was maybe a couple villain decks, a couple hero decks, boom. And then you had the collector packs to go along with it. It's when they throw them into standard and then don't do the work to make them good which really affects me.
Yeah.
Like I really like Avatar.
Yeah, I think I was going to say Avatar I think was a good example of a set that was well designed and well put into standard. I think it still has its standout cards that are maybe a little too much. Badger Mole Cub might be a little too much, but overall, it feels a lot better of a set than some of the other. Spider-Man sucked, right? Like, it was not good.
Yeah.
It had some cards that people like. It was not a good set for standard.
No. Another set that was designed really well that is Universe Beyond is Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was really solid. That one is an old enough IP that I think pretty much everybody is fine with it being in Magic. Not maybe necessarily as happy with it being in Modern, but it's baked into the core of fantasy enough that I think most people are like, yeah, that makes sense.
It's interesting to see because like there's so many planes in Magic that were based off of real IPs that were just like slightly different because like it had to be its own thing. And now you get those like actual IPs.
Yeah, Strixhaven is the most.
Well, like now you have you could actually have these IPs in Magic. So like Harry Potter could be a Magic thing now. Like could have that as a set. Like
yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna call it now.
It's so interesting.
We're gonna get a Harry Potter Secret Lair when Strixhaven comes out. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's a pretty safe call.
I expected a Star Wars thing in Edge of Eternities. I genuinely expected some kind of Star Wars.
Yeah. I was expecting a Star Trek because there was some leaked test cards for Star Trek, and I feel like if it didn't get pushed forward, we probably would have seen a Secret Lair or something going along with it.
If it didn't become its own whole set next year.
Yeah, well, also if it didn't get moved in front of Llanowar Eclipse or Lorwyn Eclipse, because they move things around.
Yeah, I was just interested where you guys like draw the line of like because there's some IPs that just hit home run, like Avatar, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit's going to be phenomenal, I'm sure.
Well,
and then there's like Star Trek doesn't quite feel Magic to me.
I don't like Star Trek.
I'm happy for it. I like Star Trek, but it doesn't feel very Magic.
I think
that, or like Spider-Man does.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before recording, but I hate the fact that there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. I have never been a fan of that IP. I don't get the appeal, and maybe that's coloring a bit of it, but like I don't understand why that needed to be its own full standard legal set. I don't get it. 1 secret lair, 2, 3 secret lairs is like the most I could think of for that set, right?
But I think if they did like
I like the
Sonic
Turtles.
the Hedgehog,
I like Ninja Turtles.
I think if they did the Sonic the Hedgehog where they have like 4 secret lairs, 2 that have unique cards, 2 that have reskins, that'd be fine.
Oh yeah, totally.
You could do like the 4 turtles, Master, Splinter, and like Shredder as like a secret lair, and then like the equipment, like their iconic weapons.
You could put like the villains as like reskins, right? Like there's just so many better things they could have done than give it a whole standard legal set. Like why did they do that? And I'm a
little worried it's gonna have the Spider-Man problem of like not gonna be that good.
I hate to be the pessimist, but I am kind of rooting for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set to fail. I don't like it. I don't want it to succeed, because if it succeeds, we get more weird non-fantasy IPs into this game, and I don't want that. We already have, like, Star Trek, technically fantasy, right? But it's a space opera. We don't need more of that, all right? What are some of the other weird sets coming out next year? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Trek, Hobbit, and what was the other one?
Hobbit.
What was the other? There was a 4th one.
There's a 4th Universe Beyond. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. The impact that it's had on us. But I do agree with a particular statement you made. The fantasyness of it. If an IP is more fantasy based, that is the more I am okay with it being Universes Beyond.
Yeah.
Like, because it's a fantasy. Magic the Gathering is a fantasy card game. I would like fantasy IPs to be the Universes Beyond sets, please. Thank you.
I cannot believe I didn't remember this. It's the entire Marvel superhero set. No,
Oh yeah,
just Marvel.
Not to quote.
We talked about it.
Not to quote The Office, though. We just said we hate it, but no, please, no. Why?
Yeah.
Just stop.
Please stop.
Yeah. Like, I get the love of Marvel. I get it's a huge, iconic.
Look,
piece
I
of
still
media,
love the MCU,
but
right?
It's so much.
But it's not. It's like
There's
if
so
somebody
much to cover in like one set.
It's like if somebody walked up to you, right, and said, "Hey, Zach, do you like
That's me.
Do you like Red Bull or do you like Monster? Which is kind of your favorite?"
I love Monster. Hashtag not sponsored.
Right. You love Monster Energy, right? You love Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
Totally unrelated.
That's the only thing I can drink for the rest of my life.
Totally unrelated. How do you feel about street tacos?
No, they're pretty good. I like tacos.
Great. Good news, because we've got this new thing for you. Street taco flavored Monster Energy.
Oh, dude, yeah. That's amazing. Yeah.
You gonna drink that for the rest of your life and give us all your money, you cashed whale?
I think I will. I'm influenced very easily.
Okay, you're a bad example. But that's exactly the situation. It's like taking two things that, I like these two things. I think Star Trek is a neat universe. I think The Lord of the Rings is incredible. I think the Turtles are weird. But, like, adding it into Magic just doesn't... I think they keep trying to find the chocolate peanut butter combo, but they're just not finding it, They've had a couple good successes, but overall, I don't think it's good. However,
they did Lord of the Rings.
The problem
is made them so much money.
Yeah, and the problem is
like, we just have to.
Even if we as players feel like they don't fit and they're not good sets for Magic, the problem is that if it makes them money, they will continue to do it. The eternal law of publicly traded companies. If it makes them money, they'll keep doing it and they'll push it more and more and more. Hence why we have, side note, the AI bubble, which needs to die already. But if they think that it'll make them more money, if they think it'll make them more money, they're going to put more money into it. And it just, it drives me up the wall. Oh, I hope every bubble pops and gas costs $1.50 and computers cost $20 and I can just have a life that everything is affordable and fun again.
It's just back in the day, like, you could realistically not interact with Universes Beyond, but like now,
because it was random secret layers.
Good cards that are like, you have to run these, like Orcish Bowmaster, like the One Ring, like Badgermole Cub, like. All these cards are like so powerful that, like, if you're not playing with them, you're hindering your deck on purpose.
Right. Realistically, the argument of, well, if you don't like Universes Beyond, don't interact with it, that's not possible anymore. What format doesn't have Universes Beyond in it? Pre-modern? Maybe? Right? Like, even then, you can probably get some reskinned cards for your decks if you want, right? Sure. Like, there is no part of Magic that is free from Universes Beyond anymore. And so the argument that they say, well, if you don't like it, don't engage with it, that doesn't work anymore. There's a lot of things that people say get, quote, shoved down your throat these days. But Universes Beyond has been shoved down our throat. It is not an option whether or not to engage with it. And this isn't to completely shut out Universes Beyond. I have loved the Lord of the Rings sets. I thought Avatar was a slam dunk. I don't want it every other set. I don't want it every other set. I don't want it in standard. I want some secret layers. I want some Lord of the Rings style straight to modern sets occasionally. And I want some commander decks. I don't want it every set. Wizards, please. I'll buy more of it if you stop putting it everywhere. Anyway.
Yeah, it's rough. And I genuinely love Universes Beyond. I think they have some very flavorful, fantastic cards that fit so well into Magic, or like the Fallout set. I think they did a phenomenal job getting both sides of like a Magic card while still being Fallout and feeling like Fallout.
Yeah,
and like when it's a slam dunk, it's a slam dunk. Avatar, chef's kiss. Like the only thing I hated was the low resolution cards that were on the voter sheet. Like they could have fixed that if they really wanted
likes to
like,
know your location.
Like the cards themselves, like the world, it all feels so well done on like a Magic card. And just, then you have like Spider-Man, and I'm like, ugh, why? Why does this even exist? Why did they pay money to print these? Like,
I don't get it, and I really, really hope that we see the release schedule for 2027 reflect the diminishing value that I think these Universes Beyond sets have. You know, when you get a chocolate orange once every holiday season, it's like your favorite snack of the year, and you can't wait to have it, and you're going to stretch it out. But if you're getting 7 chocolate oranges every month,
that's enough slices
for 3 straight months, that's enough slices, you know. This does not actually apply to chocolate oranges, because I will just eat those for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, those are great. I think I've got 3 still. Anyway,
I'm gonna send a shipment of a crate full of them to you right now.
Dude, if we get sponsored by Terry's Chocolate Oranges, I am in. I will shill so hard for Terry's Chocolate Oranges. Give me a Terry's Chocolate Orange food token, okay? Please.
The Universes Beyond we deserve.
Universes Beyond the candy aisle. We got Terry's Chocolate Oranges. We got Skittles. It's just 5 food tokens, but whatever.
It's the rainbow. If you control one of each Skittle token.
They already tried to sell us food tokens.
Krabby Patties.
Yeah.
No, there's like the food token secret layer that was just for food tokens.
Oh yeah, just tokens.
And it was like $5 instead of the
the 30.
The 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
There's just so many cards coming out, and I hate it. It's just hard to keep up. It's hard to financially keep up, and it's just like I wish they would slow it down a bit and just like take more time on making the cards actually good, like making them actually feel like good cards or they belong.
Right.
But it'll never happen because they need to make more money. If you aren't consuming, then you're dead, you know?
To be fair, I have seen things pop up where stores are starting to discount Spider-Man collector boxes to try and get rid of them, taking a loss on them so they can get some money off of them. I saw a picture where they're like selling them for $250 a collector box. I'm like, I would probably buy another collector box.
You get a Soul Stone, you paid for it, like.
Yeah. And then Avatar collector boxes, as good as that set is for like flavor wise, the value's not really all that there unless you get a handful of chase cards. Yeah, but still, that like now those are down to like under 4. Oh well, I know they're under 5. Things are coming back down. Final Fantasy's dropping back down. It's not. It's just about $1,000 now, which is better than it was for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like the crazy scalping bubble is kind of popped with Spider-Man. Yeah,
Spider-Man set to get burned on though, right? Like,
yeah,
Spider-Man of all sets.
Anyway, let me just dismiss this heart rate warning on my watch and get back
Wizards, if you're listening, we love you. We don't love your shareholders.
No, please drop your shareholders or just tell them to actually play the game. They've got time for it, I'm sure.
Or tell Hasbro to start making their own money. Gosh dang it.
Yeah.
Right.
Wizards of the Coast cannot financially hold you up the whole time.
Wizards of the Coast is the Atlas of that company.
Honestly, it is
like
depressing.
They're holding up Hasbro almost single-handedly.
Yeah, it is a little rough to see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, final question of the night. What's your favorite way to win the game? Do you have like a specific card or specific strategy you like to use? But Nate, how do you like to win the game?
I kind of like to win the game in a bunch of different ways, but as a Johnny combo player, I definitely like to build my machine that just gets grind in, and then people go, I can't stop that. And then either I win this turn or I win the next turn. So massive board states, usually through combat damage, is usually how I like doing things, or massive board states that lead to me being able to, as I lovingly call the Aetherflux Reservoir, death starring people.
Laser beam.
Yep.
Laser beam.
No, Aetherflux Reservoir has to be up there in some of my favorite ways to kill a player, only because I do a thing that I say, we are now entering the Cold War. If you target me or any of my permanents, I will nuke you out of the game. I will die too, but you will be out of the game. It's so fun. Anyway.
I will take someone with me.
Yep.
I know we have Fire Nation Turret. That can also be another option of a laser beam.
Right, yeah.
It's a lot less powerful of a laser beam.
Yeah, a little bit more balanced, but...
It's like Rogue One Death Star.
Right, yeah.
Where it just blows up part of the
planet. Not quite full potential, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Not blowing up the whole planet, just blowing up a continent. So.
Zach, how do you like to win?
I like to see the life leave from my opponent's eyes as I destroy them in the game of Magic. I can just feel their hopes and dreams wither away and float through the atmosphere, and I consume those to become a god among men.
Gotcha. So what card was that?
So Thassa's Oracle, I think it's a really fair and balanced card.
Yeah.
It's the greatest way to win the game. It's most efficient. Only takes 3 mana to win the game. Easy peasy. Call it a day.
That's pretty good. It's hard to argue. I will say, similarly to Zach, I think my favorite way to win is after my opponents have checked out. I have cast so many spells, tapped so many creatures, resolved so many effects that they are basically just gone. They're so checked out, they don't know what's going on anymore, and I'm just trying to piece together the win. And by the time I get it, they just say, "Yeah, probably. Okay, cool, good game," and then they leave.
I guess that makes us basically the same then, because that's usually what ends up happening when I build that massive board state. Is people like, "Yeah, you got it, man. I'm not entirely sure how, but from looking at your board, yeah, you got it."
I believe you.
Yep.
It's me when I play against like a Thrasios like Guy's Cradle deck. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you have that much mana. Sure, I believe you. I'm not gonna count it. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I love Storm. I will say one of my favorite ways I ever won a game. This is back in my 60 card kitchen table days. I played a Stormtide Leviathan, and it's an 8/8 for 8. All lands are islands. Only creatures with flying and island walk can attack. And so he just becomes this massive 8/8 island walker, and he's just impossible to block. It's so fun. And then I cast a Rite of Replication on it, kicked, meaning I made 5 more of these massive 8/8s that were completely unblockable. So I was like, all right, here we go. And it was one of my favorite ways I've ever won a game. Was just making 6 of these massive 8/8s. And Stormtide Leviathan still holds a spot in my heart because I just love it.
That is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Big boys.
Yep.
That's why I put Sylvala Explorer Returned in so many decks for a similar reason. Just so many games going, let's parlay! Because back in the 60 card days, I built a parlay deck that like half of the deck parlayed, and I just remember getting away with getting so far into the game because people were so excited that I was giving them extra cards.
It's a parlay. It's a group hug. It's fun. You want a card? You get a card.
You want another card? You want me to give you so many cards you have to discard even after playing stuff? I got you.
Yeah. I run her in my Mr. Foxglove, and I'm like, yeah, everyone gets a draw card, and I get like 4 life and 4 mana. So
yeah.
Yep.
It's a win for me.
So much fun.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for this week's episode. We hope you've enjoyed. As we get close,
let's wrap this up. I gotta pee, boys.
All right, I'll do this quick then. If you like what you're listening to, feel free to leave us a like or review on the podcast app that you're listening, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, or somewhere else. Leave us a review.
Your ratings keep me alive.
The ratings.
I'm trapped in a basement. Help!
We need 5 more to keep.
They don't
Zach's
feed me
fingers.
if you don't rate.
If we don't get
if you don't rate, I don't get fed.
If we don't hit quota, we will start chopping off Zach's fingers, and you don't want to be responsible for that.
Kami Sukuna, because I don't got any fingers.
We're gonna chop off the toes. We need him to keep those fingers for playing Magic, but
that's true.
If it gets
true. Very true.
For legal reasons, this is a joke. And so
legally is not a joke.
If you like the music at the start and end of every episode, including the special Christmas music we had last week, that music has all been done by Steve Brown. His music is at
Shout out Steve Brown. He brings me food every so often.
He just tosses a plate down there to you in your prison.
Yep.
If you like the art for the podcast, that was done by Shadow Eclopex. His work is at the link in the description. We now have a link tree, as we said earlier. It'll hopefully make things easier for you to find all of our links in one place. We'll get that updated with everything. But for now, all of our links are going to be down in the episode description. You can find us on social media. We're on Twitter, we are on Instagram, and we are on Blue Sky. I think we're also getting a TikTok set up. Is that right, Nate?
So I have a personal TikTok set up. I can work on setting up one for the channel as well. That one will probably be more of clips and things that we like from the episodes. We might also, depending on my co-hosts, what they want to do, start posting some other stuff on there.
True.
Yeah. But I made one for me so that way
I'm living in the dungeon,
doing other little side content. So maybe we'll get Zack in his dungeon to make some other side content too.
Yeah. Make him useful down there.
Watch me lose my toes.
Exactly. All right, but I think that'll do it for us this week. We hope you had fun. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, situations for us, send them on over to us at manabonded@gmail.com. If you've got us on Discord or on our social medias, you can also send questions to us there, and we will get them answered for you.
Yeah.
We've had a great time this week, and we hope to see you next week. Bye.
In the humble words of Patrick Starr selling chocolates, I love you.
5. What was that noise? My computer just made a really weird noise. Zack. Oh, Nate left.
Nathaniel has died.
Oh, shoot, we lost Nate.
This episode's about death.
Not again.
Round 2. Theros, beyond death.
Right.
Nathaniel, beyond death.
Nathaniel, come back. We miss you.
Nathaniel, come back. You can blame it all on me.
Oh, he's back.
Haha.
My chanting worked.
You good?
My Discord was acting funky and was not letting me hear you guys part of the time. Like, you were talking about the Theros stuff and then just went silent after talking about the Shadow Spear. So I'm like, I will completely close out of Discord and bring it back up.
All right. I hope that fixed it.
Speaking of computer problems.
Right. All right. Into the game with. So. Oh, no. I think we lost Nathaniel again.
IP.
Oh, we're going to have to keep moving through this episode, aren't we? So that.
Moving.
All right, so that Nathaniel can actually feel like he's participating.
Yeah.
Why did Discord change their noise when people leave? Is that like a holidays thing or what?
I don't know. No say. I know in like Halloween time they had a little bit of different sound, but
yeah, maybe that's
I didn't know they did any for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm getting a weird one, so.
The more you know.
I keep looking at the fact that there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, and I'm so mad about it.
Yeah. Not a fan of that.
No.
Like a secret lair? Sure.
Yeah, it would have been a great secret lair, you know? Yeah, why did that need to be a full set? Same with Marvel,
give me like the 5 turtles, maybe like some equipment. Call it a day. Okay?
Yeah. Same with Marvel, man. It did not need to be the full set. None of it's good.
Secret layers. That's all we needed.
Yeah.
Literally.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Hopefully it was an internet thing and rebooting will fix it. My computer sometimes likes to forget that it has a wireless card.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Reboot. Yep.